Okay, I was watching my old videos to make sure I caught everything, and I realized my hands are very blue. I apologize. I was dyeing things yesterday, and that is why my hands are blue. I am not diseased, I promise. Okay, so I have put the elastic in, and so I only stitched on one side, so I can show you how to finish the back. So now when you fold this over and zigzag it, you want to stitch this part and stop. And you can top stitch all the way down the front so it looks finished. Even though there's no elastic here, you can still just zigzag or cover stitch, whichever one you choose, straight down the front. It'll keep the seam nice and flat. So that's what I would do. But I would finish this first. So you can fold this out of the way. And then you're going to come back and stitch the back in a separate path and move this out of the way so that none of this is caught in any of the elastic or any of the sewing. So this is all free. All right. So now how do we do, I'm going to turn this inside out so you can see the back really well. Okay. So when we do the back, see how I left, okay, make sure I can see in the video. I left tails here, and then I snipped just short of the seam allowance. So in this case, it would have been like, you know, like just short of 1/4 inch, because my seam allowance on these is 1/4 inch. So I want to stop sewing before I get to the point, and then I want to snip this just a tiny bit. So then when I fold these in, I'll put some pins in it so I can move my hands. It's the only downside to going tiny. So then when I fold this in like this, as you sew this, you're gonna stitch over top of these. Okay, so when you sew this, you're gonna overlap these and stitch. So you can stitch from this corner down and then back up, and make sure you catch both pieces of elastic. And if you do that, it makes a really nice, I'll turn it right back out. It's probably not going to be as nice because it's not sewn, it's just pinned. When you do that, it makes a really nice V in the back. It has a nice point to it. It's nice and finished, and your elastic looks good, and you don't have to try to sew any like weird darts or anything like you do sometimes if you're doing some of the methods they have for making nice V's. Here, let me put a piece of paper in here so you can see it really well, because I think you can't. But anyway, so once you sew that down, it makes a really, okay, it'll look nicer once you don't have like pins all stuck in it. It makes a really nice V in the back, and it's nice and finished. And then once you stitch this together, you can just clip off these little tails that are overlapping, like that are hanging beyond it, and then you'll have a nice finished back too. Okay, so that's how we do the elastic. The only thing that's left to do, and I did not sew the skirt on because I was like, got other things to do today. The only thing that's left is to sew the top to the bottom, and then, I mean, I would finish the leg holes first, so maybe finish the leg holes first because that makes it's easier than trying to wrestle with the whole costume. And then sew this together and make sure you finish the armholes. And that is all there is to this costume. Thanks for watching.